the request, shares of the company are down about 15% in pre-market trading this morning. NYMEX crude is up about 0.5% this morning at $45.86 a barrel. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
Your severe weather station. This is News Radio 710 WNTM Mobile, an iHeart radio station, 99.9 WMXC HD3 Mobile.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the Uncle Henry Show here on the CW55. Dare to defy, dare to live your life. The mission statement. We're in a radio break. The radio listener is hearing traffic, weather, news from Fox, news from WKRG. We'll be back on the radio in just a few minutes. Right now, it's me and you and Ariel. Before we go any further, let's check the weekend weather forecast.
Arrow.
First alert weather from WKRG News 5 and the Southern Cancer Center Weather Center.
Another mild start to what will be another warm, sunny day along the Gulf Coast. A good-looking day with a light southerly breeze and a daytime high in the upper 80s. Tonight, mild and starry and moonlit and a low in the mid-60s. Tomorrow looks almost identical to today. We'll bring back scattered showers and thunderstorms for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. I'm meteorologist John Nodar with the News 5 First Alert Storm Team.
Okay, so rain on its way back for next week. So we have that to look forward to in case we missed it after having so much of it. Well, we're here in the radio break with the radio listeners hearing all that they're hearing, news and information. So it's me and Ariel and you, the viewer. And Freddie brought a cousin with him to be on the show that was asleep in the car. Now, sir, what is your name?
My name is Eddie, and I'm a little more talkative than Freddie, so when you get ready to talk to me, I'll tell you what I got to say. But I want to tell you, I think me and you may be the 23rd degree first cousin, the second cousin.
You think so? Why do you think we're related?
Because we all came from Adam and Eve.
Okay, all right. So we're cousins, certainly, through the brotherhood of mankind. Now, are you are you different from Freddie? Do you have the same political views? What is your story?
I'm a little more progressive than he is.
A little more progressive.
Yes, because I was raised by a strict grandfather, and he taught me some things that have been with me all of my life. One of the first things he told me, to never eat anything that would get up and walk away from you.
Okay, all right. Now, I appreciate you're dressed better than Freddie. Freddie was very casual, and you, as his cousin, you're dressed up a lot better. Do you dress like this every morning?
Well, I see my distant cousin. He has a tie on, and he has things on his lapel jacket, and then I said, well, I could do that.
And you have something on your jacket that is about the Senior Bowl. Are you a football fan?
I love the Senior Bowl game. First one I attended with Joe Namath, Bob Hayes, Bob Felt, Dick Gardner, and Gerald Rush. Those were the first 4 black players that play in the Senior Bowl with Joe Namath.
Let me bring Ariel in here. Ariel, who is going to be at the Dragon Boat Festival tomorrow rowing. So if you want to meet Ariel, and I'll be there too, so you can come out early and see us at the Battleship tomorrow for the Dragon Boat Festival. Ariel, what do you think of the Freddie's cousin, the way he's dressed up for the show?
This is interesting.
Okay.
This is very interesting. Great tie, by the way.
Oh, so you do like the tie?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't believe I'm a part of this.
Well, look. What else are we going to do? What else are we going to do?
True. By the way, also great hair. I have good tips for you in your hair texture if you ever need them.
Oh, you have tips for Freddie's cousin's hair?
Absolutely.
Now, I mentioned that Ariel's going to be at the Dragon Boat races tomorrow. It's the Dragon Boat Festival. If you have never been to this, the viewer of the CW55, it's at the Battleship. It's very early in the morning. They start early in the morning and race throughout the day. I think they open things up at 8. Ariel, first race for you is at 8:30?
Yes, that's the first race. And then the second one, if I'm not mistaken, is about 1:20.
Who is on your rowing team?
I remember Matt McCoy and Gossip Greg. I cannot remember. It's 28 people per boat, I believe.
28?
Oh, yeah. I guess this must be one long boat, or this is
It
going
is.
to take a lot of manpower.
It is, but this is if you've never been, you the viewer, these long boats that are propelled by people rowing them together in a team. Ariel's on one of the teams, and our company has 2 teams, and we're going to have Dan and Shelby out rowing, Mary from Mix 99, Chip from 96.1 The Rocket, Mason from Mix 99, Matt McCoy, Gossip Greg. Just a lot of our people are going to be out there rowing.
Yeah, this is my first race, by the way. I've
okay.
never been to the Dragon Boat Festival. So.
All right, well, Ariel, congratulations and best to you. Let's go now on the radio. Welcome back to the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM 99.5 FM The Jag. Video not available today on Facebook or YouTube, but you're going to want to look on the CW55 to see Freddie's cousin. Doesn't look the way you would imagine him to look.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, roll! Now, we've been talking about the James Comey the entire country talking about the James Comey testimony. And I'm sure throughout the morning, more discussion of this. I don't know that really anything has changed for the president, because whether or not whether some people believe or want to believe that there was obstruction of justice, and other people don't go along with that at all. But ultimately, that doesn't really matter. What matters is what the Congress, the House and the Senate think about it, because they're the only people that can really deal with that if there's anything to be dealt with to begin with. So I don't know that much has changed. The country seems pretty divided, and I don't know that anybody's mind was changed yesterday by what they heard. Now, do you have any thoughts on what you saw yesterday? Or did you watch yesterday?
I paid a little attention to that because
Little.
You hadn't heard the president tweet much since then, so he evidently affected them a little. Because you listen to your show, you say you get 5 or 6 treats in your show time from him. So he's been very quiet, but I do know Theresa May won re-election in England, and Uncle Henry, I don't want us to be in this country where it happen again when we go back to visit our native land and you see a sign say Yankee go home.
All right, look, the president has tweeted this morning. He didn't tweet during the hearing yesterday, but he has tweeted this morning. Here is the first tweet from the president. The tweet is, despite so many false statements and lies, total and complete vindication, and wow, Comey is a leaker. So that is your first tweet from the president. Despite so many false statements and lies, total and complete vindication, and wow, Comey is a leaker. And then his second tweet. Yes, 2 tweets from the president this morning. The president tweets, great reporting by Fox and Friends and so many others. Thank you. So Donald Trump tweeting this morning, finally tweeting his reaction. There was no tweeting yesterday. I think he didn't tweet yesterday because so many people were begging him not to tweet. But he's at it this morning. All right, we'll be right back for the radio listener traffic and weather. And then back on TV and radio in 2 minutes with more Uncle Henry Show.
Time Saver Traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design Traffic Center.
The road project in Bayou La Batre continues today. It's a full closure of Shell Belt Road between Barnett Road and Kennedy. They're replacing a bridge there. The project's expected to run through the middle of July. Quiet right now. Not much happening for I-10 drivers crossing the Bayway, the I-10 Escambia Bay Bridge in Pensacola, the 3 mile up from Gulf Breeze. Life is good so far this Friday morning. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Ray Romero.
This report is brought to you by LifeLock. Some mornings, opening your eyes is hard, but LifeLock's eyes are already open to a wide range of identity threats. Stuff you can't see by just monitoring your credit. If something happens, U.S.-based specialists can work to fix it. Go to LifeLock.com, use promo code RISK, save 10%.
First alert weather from WKRG News 5 and the Chemco Metal Buildings Weather Center.
I'm meteorologist John Nodar with the News 5 First Alert Storm Team. Easy commute this morning with dry streets, light winds, and good visibility. It's going to be a sunny, warm day with a high in the upper 80s and light southerly breezes. Tonight, clear and mild. Tomorrow looks a lot like today. We'll bring back some showers and thunderstorms Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday.
This report is brought to you by LifeLock. Some mornings, opening your eyes is hard, but LifeLock's eyes are already open to a wide range of identity threats. Stuff you can't see by just monitoring your credit. If something happens, U.S.-based specialists can work to fix it. Go to LifeLock.com, use promo code RISK, save 10%.
Roll Tide. This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Henry, you still got a job there keeping a young man from working? Happy doggone. I guess that's why the employment rate is as high as it is for people like you. Bye.
Message deleted. Press 4.
Uncle Henry Show, thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. Coming up in about 10 minutes, Bill Zimfer, NBC News Radio, will give us an update on the Cosby trial. I didn't get a chance to keep up with that yesterday as all attention was on the James Comey testimony. Freddie and his cousin came in this morning so you can look at them on television. And now, unfortunately, we don't have the Facebook or YouTube video available, but you need to look. You need to take a look. Just have a look at
Roll Tide?
Roll Tide Roll. You need to have a look at Freddie's cousin this morning on the CW55. Now, for me, and we'll get back to the Comey testimony as we move on here this morning, but this I've been very uncomfortable with this Bill Cosby trial because I was such a big fan from his early days of comedy and up and through his television show, which I enjoyed watching. It was just a wonderful, wholesome program. Are you a fan of Cosby? Have you been a Cosby fan?
No.
No?
No.
Why not?
Okay, Henry, one of the reasons I've been schooled in old history, Uncle Henry, and I read where this gentleman had 700 wives and 300 outside women, and I know it wasn't any Viagra or Cialis in that day, so it must have been Kofifi that he was using.
So you believe that Bill Cosby is using Kofifi?
Well, that word, somebody got to use the word to put it to some use, is male enhancer.
So I don't understand your take. You've not been a fan of Bill Cosby. So the trial doesn't really, is not as uncomfortable for you then as it is for many Americans.
If it hadn't been active when he was doing his thing, we could be more adjust to it. But this is 20 years ago. He'll say, they say, she say, I try not to get involved in that.
Okay. And that's exactly what the jury is dealing with is, do they believe him or do they believe the accuser? Let's go to the email inbox. Subject line on the email is Roll Tide Unk. Email reads, "Good morning, y'all. That's a right mellow jacket you're sporting there, Unk. Is Fred's cousin a pimp? He's dressed like a pimp. By the way, what is his cousin's name?" And that email from 60-year-old Chris in West Loxley, who says, "P.S. It's the weekend, baby. Do what you want to do. Roll Tide, roll." So, Chris, thank you for your Roll Tide. Could you give Chris a Roll Tide?
Roll Tide, Chris. Eddie is the name.
Eddie.
Yes, and Roll Tide to you.
Now, are you offended that Chris thinks that you're dressed like a pimp? Does that hurt your feelings?
As long as he doesn't call me late for dinner, it's all right.
Okay. Chris, thank you for your comments. Thank you for watching on the CW55 and commenting on everyone's clothing. The people on the radio sadly missing out on all of the beautiful clothing that's being worn here today.
You are mighty sharp, and that yellow, it looked good on you.
Thank you very much. And I don't know if you look like a pimp or not, because I didn't know there still were pimps. I didn't know that those existed in 2017. I guess so. All right, more to come. When we come back, Bill Zimfer will give us the latest out of the very uncomfortable and awkward Bill Cosby trial. And we'll also continue on with Comey analysis. Here's a conversation between John McNeil and Ed Ahrens of McNeil, Ahrens, and Lambert Financial Group.
Hey, John, any thoughts on financial New Year's resolutions for next year?
Ed, we meet with so many new clients that have investments for retirement, but no retirement plan. One recommendation we're making is to spend an hour with us at no cost or obligation and let us gather enough information to put together a plan that provides secure growth, lifetime income, adjustments for inflation, provisions for long-term care, and ensuring the proper transfer of your estate at death. Without a plan, they don't know where they are or where they're going.
You can call MAL Financial at 251-666-5000 or visit them online at malfinancial.com. Ed and Virginia are investment advisor representatives with AE Wealth Management. Investment advisory services offered through AE Wealth Management, which is an SEC-registered investment advisor.
If you or someone you know is blind from retinitis pigmentosa, or RP, there may now be light at the end of the tunnel. The FDA has approved a prosthesis system that provides some artificial vision for those blinded by RP. Known as the Argus II Retinal Prosthesis System and designated by FDA as a humanitarian device, this is the only FDA-approved treatment for end-stage retinitis pigmentosa. Find out more by calling 800-499-7620, 800-499-7620 to learn more about an FDA-approved system that restores some vision for those blinded by RP. Call 800-499-7620. Call now. Argus 2 is indicated for use in patients with profound RP who are 25 years or older with bare light or no light perception in both eyes and who have a previous history of useful form vision. Patients may not be eligible due to certain ocular diseases, conditions, or structures that could prevent the Argus 2 from working, or a successful implantation or adequate healing from surgery, or the presence of a metallic or active implantable device in the head. Side effects include conjunctival erosion or dehiscence, endophthalmitis, hypotony, retinal detachment, and dislodgement of the retinal tac.
If you're ready for a security system, call TSI Alarms and Audio. They offer short. Welcome back to the Uncle Henry Show here on the CW55. Here with Freddie and his cousin for the hour. Coming up in just... And by the way, we're in a radio break. The radio listener is not hearing this. The radio listener is getting sponsors, traffic, weather, and all of that. When we go back on the air, we're going to have Bill Zimfer, NBC News Radio, with us. In fact, I believe he is already... He's calling in now. He's very punctual. Want to mention again that tomorrow we've got the Fuse Project's 4th Annual Dragon Boat Festival starting at 8 o'clock and then going into the early afternoon at the Battleship in Mobile. 65 teams are competing in the race. And each boat, I did find the info, each boat has 20 paddlers and a drummer on it. 46-foot authentic Hong Kong-style dragon boats. And this is to raise money for local children's projects. A great charitable effort that has become a big deal in the last 4 years. Family-friendly, alcohol-free event, food trucks, petting zoo, pony rides. It's $5 to get into the festival. And it's, as I mentioned, it starts at 8. Ariel is going to be one of the rowers on one of our teams, and I believe her race is at 8:30 in the morning tomorrow. So we would love to have you out there. I'll be there not rowing because I do have some sense. I have figured out that I don't need, and the people that work here want to win, so I don't want to be put in a situation of harming my team. So that's tomorrow morning at the Battleship, the Dragon Boat races, and Ariel's one of the people that's going to be there along with people from all of our radio stations here locally. So check that out if you are looking for something fun to do over the weekend. All right, stand by. We're about to go back on the radio to talk to Bill Zimfer, NBC News Radio, about the very uncomfortable and awkward Bill Cosby trial.
U.S.-based specialists can work to fix it. Go to lifelock.com. Use promo code RISK. Save 10%.
First Alert weather from WKRG News 5 and the Southern Cancer Center Weather Center.
Sunny, warm weather today. I'm meteorologist John Nodar with the News 5 First Alert Storm Team. A good-looking Friday, and I think Saturday will be pleasant as well, with sunshine and a high in the upper 80s both days. Tonight will be mild and moonlit with a low in the mid-60s, and we'll see a return of showers and thunderstorms for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday.
Your home for traffic and weather on the 9s every morning. This is News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We'll have more reaction to the Comey testimony coming up. Also more with Freddie and his cousin this morning. But first, we've got Bill Zimfer with us, NBC News Radio. Bill, good morning.
Good morning, Uncle Henry. How are you today?
Fantastic. And I know you're aware that most of the country was concentrating on the James Comey testimony and all of the reaction to it, what it meant. But meanwhile, it's certainly from a cultural standpoint, we have this big deal with Bill Cosby going on outside of Philadelphia. What did we miss? Most of us didn't pay close attention yesterday, so what did we miss in the trial?
Well, yesterday what we heard from Henry was we got Bill Cosby's version of all these events, not directly from him, but we had police officers on the stand, number one, reading from his January 2005 statement he gave to authorities after the alleged incident with Andrea Constant, and then we began hearing from the deposition he gave in connection to the civil suit related to the same incident. So we heard his comments, and what we got was, yes, he admitted that something happened. He admitted that he did give Andrea Constant Benadryl, he says, and but he maintained that it was all consensual. So we got his story out there, and we will continue to hear more from the deposition today. And maybe the damaging part will come out today, Henry. In the deposition, he reportedly talks about obtaining Quaaludes to give to women he wanted to have relations with. And one thing I got out of the statement and deposition from yesterday is that it really it lays out Bill Cosby's willingness to talk about his affairs that he's had, the women that he's been with, and his approach to women. So he really came off as a cad yesterday. There's no criminal charge in being a cad, but certainly the prosecution is laying their foundation for a pattern that Bill Cosby has been involved in.
As each day of the trial transpires, it's such a startling contrast with his public image of Cliff Huxtable. I mean, it's you just couldn't ask for more of a contrast there. It's so hard. It really does. It's difficult to even try and reconcile all of that.
Yeah, you really can't. It's a complete different image than everybody has of Bill Cosby that has watched him and listened to him as they grew up. So for that reason, there is some speculation now that Bill Cosby may take the stand. Of course, early on and before the trial, he had said he would not testify in this trial, but there is at least one report out there today that says that he is reconsidering that and actually may testify in this trial, which would certainly be interesting.
Well, that would be. Most of the time, lawyers don't like the accused to testify, do they?
They do not. However, the jury does. The jury wants to hear from the defendant just to hear their story. And a lot of times when they do not testify, whether it's, it's just an impression you get, when they don't testify, your jury members might say, why not? I mean, why doesn't he want to testify? Is he hiding something? So the reason that defense attorneys don't want to put him up there is you're never sure how it's going to go under cross-examination. So you can understand both ways, but Cosby reportedly is thinking this over, that he wants to get there to tell his side of the story.
Bill Zimfer, I know that Bill Cosby and his folks have said that his vision is almost gone. Mm-hmm. And they've referred to him as blind. What has his reaction been yesterday and throughout the trial? Has he reacted at all visibly, listening to all of the prosecutorial information?
Well, the most reaction we've seen from Bill Cosby was when Andrea Constant testified. When most of the time he listened intently, but there were times where he just shook his head, especially when she went over details of their encounter and would whisper things to his attorney at the defense table. So he has reacted, but for the most part, again, yeah, he does have some vision issues, and for the most part, he's been very quiet and just kept to himself and not vocal. But we have seen just some head shaking going on from time to time.
Has anyone characterized how the jury is reacting? Because certainly they may be indicating through body language or expressions what their reactions have been.
Well, they have been riveted to most of this testimony, and you can take notes in Pennsylvania as a juror, so they've been taking notes as we go along, trying to keep track of everything. And it has been a pretty riveting testimony thus far. And this is a 1,000-page deposition, by the way, that they are reading from. Now, obviously, they're not going to read the whole thing, but they are reading highlights from this deposition, and that'll continue today.
All right. Bill Zimfer, NBC News Radio, thank you so much for your time.
Hey, have a great weekend, Henry.
You too. Not a trial that I would want to cover. Have you ever been to watch a big trial?
No. I paid attention to some, but I do know that there was a gentleman named Robert Culp, and Bill Cosby had a TV show called I Spy, so he ought to know. He ought to know what the law is about.
Oh, from being on I Spy, he should understand. He should understand the law because he played on I Spy.
Yes,
but that was pretend.
Well, that
wasn't real.
You have to study these people that you portraying. So
would you let someone operate on you if they had played a doctor on TV? I don't think so.
Hey, Dr. Carlson, the HUD director, said we came over as immigrants on the ship, and he's a heart specialist, so I don't know whether I would take that or not.
Okay, I don't know how we got to Dr. Ben Carson there, but...
You said operation.
Okay, all right. There's more to come on the Uncle Henry Show. More reaction to the James Comey testimony. Freddie and his cousin are here.
This is a Bloomberg Market Minute. U.S. stock futures are little change this morning. European markets are higher as British Prime Minister Theresa May battles for her position following a disastrous election that cost her party its parliamentary majority. S&P futures are up 2 points. Dow futures are up 23. NYMEX crude is ahead 0.4% at $45.82 a barrel. And it was a mostly little change day on Wall Street yesterday as testimony from fired FBI Director James Comey did little to inspire investors either way. Yahoo shareholders have approved the sale of the company's main web properties to Verizon, clearing the way for a deal which could be completed as early as next week. A person with knowledge of the matter says that Verizon plans to cut about 2,100 jobs after completing the almost $4.5 billion acquisition. And Saks Fifth Avenue owner Hudson's Bay says it will eliminate 2,000 jobs after posting a wider loss last quarter. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
If you want to sell your house, if you need to sell your house, this message is for you. I'm Uncle Henry, here to tell you about Sandy Frost of Roberts Brothers. Sandy Frost has an established track record of getting homes sold. Her listings sell faster than the average agent's listings. She sells 97% of her listings when the average agent doesn't come close to that. And Sandy's listings sell at about 3% more than other agents' listings. And after years of experience, Sandy Frost continues to grow. She's just earned a new professional distinction. After extensive training, she's become an advanced home marketing specialist. That's a designation that only 1% of agents have available in the country and allows Sandy to implement a proprietary home marketing system to enhance what she already has developed on her own. You can find out more online at sandyfrost.com, or you can call Sandy Frost at 251-604-6514. If you want to get your home sold, call Sandy Frost.
710 Time Saver Traffic from the...
We're back here on the CW55, Dare to Defy, Dare to Live Your Life, the mission statement of the CW55. We're in a break for radio. We'll be back on the radio in just a few minutes. Right now it's me, Freddie's cousin, and Ariel. Before we go any further, let's listen to the weather forecast.
19th. With time saver traffic, I'm Ray Romero.
First alert weather from WKRG News 5 and the Chemco Metal Buildings Weather Center.
Another mild start to what will be another warm, sunny day along the Gulf Coast. A good-looking day with a light southerly breeze and a daytime high in the upper 80s. Tonight, mild and starry and moonlit and a low in the mid-60s. Tomorrow looks almost identical to today. We'll bring back scattered showers and thunderstorms for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. I'm meteorologist John Nodar with the News 5 First Alert Storm Team.
Good morning.
All right, we're back here with Freddie, his cousin Ariel. And Ariel, I sent you an email this morning that was Scotty White of ScottyWhite.com. He went out and tried the new Popeyes cookie battered chicken tenders. Is that so? Do you think we could play that? Do you have that available? All right, well, let's try. I'm going to try and let's see if we can do that and get the audio. There we go.
Hi, everybody. This is Scotty, and I am here on my talk about Popeye's new sweet tenders, and so I figured for lunch I would try them. So together we're going to try these. They're, they look very sweet. I did not expect. I thought they would be a little darker, but they're not. So I guess it is breaded in a shortbread cookie. And it comes with this kind of pepper jam. It's pepper jam sauce. And so we're going to try it and see what we think. So let's try it without the sauce. Let's try it plain. It has a kind of a chicken waffle feel to it. Not as sweet on the front end, more sweet on the back end. Not bad, not bad. A little different than what I was expecting. Let's try it with the jam sauce. The pepper jam sauce. Much better with the jam sauce. Not as sweet as I was thinking it was going to be. There's a little burn on the sauce, really nice. Yeah, I would recommend it. So yeah, go out and Popeyes and enjoy some chicken fingers. They're great, sweet and crunchy tenders. This is Scotty with the Uncle Henry Show, eating food so you don't have to. Talk to you later. Bye.
All right, thank you, Scotty White of ScottyWhite.com. That was not a paid commercial. That was not a commercial. That was just an actual food review from Scotty White of ScottyWhite.com. Freddie or Freddie's cousin, would you ever consider eating a cookie chicken tender?
I probably would try it, but okay, right while I got the time, I'd like to let your listeners, viewers, that on the 24th of June, in the area of Plateau, Africa Town, they're going to have, you can ride your bicycle across the Africa Town Bridge, and you can stop at the top of it and take pictures if you like. It'll be some way for you to be involved in.
Okay, so June 24th, people can ride their bicycle to the top of the Africa Town Bridge.
Yes, I got a good friend at Cleon Jones. He lives in that area, and they're doing a wonderful job. You need to go through there. You can go through the cemetery, view the cemetery, and to it where the last slave that came into the country is buried.
All right, now, Ariel, please join me here before we go back on television. Let's go back to the chicken tender issue. Yeah. Did watching Scotty White eat chicken tenders in his car make you want to go out and buy chicken tenders?
I don't know if it's because I'm starving right now, or if I haven't had fried chicken in so long. Like, that looked so good.
Oh, it did.
In my head, it did not look like that when you said it's going to be, coated in shortbread cookie.
Right.
So it looked good. I don't know. I might give it a shot.
Okay. All right. Well, I want to thank Scotty White of ScottyWhite.com for eating fast food in his car and then sending us the video. That worked way better than I thought it would.
See? Why did you think that it wouldn't have worked?
Well, just the idea that you can take video of yourself in your car eating fast food and then have it look okay on TV is a kind of a shock.
I could see that.
Years ago, that wouldn't have been able to do that.
Cameras sucked years ago.
Yes, they did. All right. Well, thank you, Ariel. Thank you, Scotty White of ScottyWhite.com. And again, that was not a paid commercial. It's too bad. We ought to get some chicken tenders out of it. All right, stand by. We're about to go back on radio here on the Uncle Henry Show.
And on the interleague scoreboard, the Beltway Series opener between the Nationals and Orioles saw Washington get the 6-1
Traffic
win.
updates every 10 minutes on the 9s every morning. This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show, thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. If you want to watch, you can watch on the CW55. Today, there's really something to look at. As Freddie and his cousin are here, you're going to want to look at it at some point. We're trying to record the video since we're not able to stream live on social media today, but just in case the recordings don't turn out, you can tune in or record on the CW55 to see Freddie's cousin. Probably the only time his cousin will ever be with us on the program. Now, we've, of course, lots of reaction. The country, we had James Comey testimony yesterday for about the first half of the day, and then the rest of the time was all of the people in the media reacting one way or the other, with everyone with their own specific take. I don't know that anything changed dramatically for the situation of the president. People that don't like him found more reasons to support why they don't like him. People that defend him and like him didn't change their mind. So I don't know that it really I don't know that there's will be any end result of anything being different after all of that yesterday. Now, you have mentioned you didn't pay much attention to it.
No, sir. And one thing I'd like to tell you, viewers and listeners, you can buy gas in Mobile for less than $2 a gallon. That's how I think about that here. And we're looking at now, we can go buy gasoline for under $2 a gas. So shop wisely.
So now I'm trying to understand your point. Your point is that we should not be paying attention to what's going on in Washington, that it's more important that we have affordable gas.
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right. Well, this is different. You're not going to get this. I've already had somebody emailing me very upset with today's program. Just keep in mind, this is not you're getting analysis all over cable news that seems kind of the same. This is different. This is different kind of analysis that you're not getting anywhere else. The gas price is more important. I kind of agree that yesterday was not nearly as important as people are trying to make it out to be. And I also saw the stories last night where they went to the bars. There were bars open at 9 o'clock in the morning in Washington, D.C., where people were lined up down the street to get into the bar to watch the hearings. And Freddie and Freddie's cousin, these were mostly young people. They all looked like they were under 30. People under 30 wanting to watch congressional hearings in a bar.
It's good to be involved in politics, but you can take it to the extreme, okay,
Do you
Henry?
think that's extreme, to go to a bar at 9 o'clock in the morning and watch?
Some people sit up being questioned by someone else and different answers and different remarks about it. You'll be so confused when you get... Some of the guys praised Comey. Some of them didn't like him. And you see too many different personalities for me to digest what's going on.
This is different kind of analysis.
Time saver traffic from the Dean McCrary Kia Traffic Center.
We have an accident in Milton that's been on the board for a little while now. This is West Spencerfield Road and Highway 90. You do have a lane blocked on the westbound side of the roadway there. Not much happening as you cross the Bayway through the Wallace Tunnel. Causeway and the Bankhead all remains in good shape. Generally good start to a Friday morning drive, at least through most of the area. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Ray Romero.
This report is brought to you by LifeLock. Some mornings, opening your eyes is hard, but LifeLock's eyes are already open to a wide range of identity threats. Stuff you can't see by just monitoring your credit. If something happens, U.S.-based specialists can work to fix it. Go to LifeLock.com, use promo code RISK, save 10%.
First Alert Weather from WKRG News 5 and the Southern Cancer Center Weather Center.
I'm meteorologist John Nodar with the News 5 First Alert Storm Team. Easy commute this morning with dry streets, light winds, and good visibility. It's going to be a sunny, warm day with a high in the upper 80s and light southerly breezes. Tonight, clear and mild. Tomorrow looks a lot like today. We'll bring back some showers and thunderstorms Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday.
This report is brought to you by LifeLock. Some mornings, opening your eyes is hard, but LifeLock's eyes are already open to a wide range of identity threats. Stuff you can't see by just monitoring your credit. If something happens, U.S.-based specialists can work to fix it. Go to LifeLock.com, use promo code RISK, save 10%.
News? Check. Traffic and weather? Check. Opinions? Check. This is the Uncle Henry Show, only on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show, thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. Here we are with Freddie. Longtime caller Freddie and his cousin are here while we're on the CW55. Analysis now, I've already asked Freddie and his cousin about the Comey testimony, and the analysis is that gas prices are low, so we should take advantage of it. Any other, before I continue on that, any other comments on the Comey testimony?
No, we got to let it play out because they went into a private section. We know nothing what was said there, so wait till the facts come out. If we think Russia is influencing these elections, let's try to do something about it. Okay, so just wait and see. And that's really all that people can do is wait and see what the special counsel says. But when it comes to the president himself, I just don't think this, the people that have been in support of him, I don't think he's going to be losing much support. And so things are going to stay the way they are. It's going to be about the same as we go forward. If he mistreat our attorney general, he's going to find out he should have never did that, because this man bring a lot of weight to that position. Do you think that he's mistreating Jeff Sessions? Well, it may be somebody in the staff that don't like what he's doing. He probably wouldn't tell you. Maybe his son-in-law, since they say he's running this government. I don't know that anybody says that his son-in-law is running the government. He's trying to set up channels to communicate directly to the Russians. That's not running the government. That's running our lives. How is that affecting your life if Jared Kushner tried to set up a channel to a Russian? Because if the Russian want to take guns from their citizens, they do that. You can own one. You want to live under that system, Uncle Henry? No one is. We are not going to live under a Russian system because we talk to the Russians. Well, why is the other people from the G7 say they don't want America? We're not as influential that we has been in the past. They don't like who we got leading us now. Why? We can't be an island, Uncle Henry, and live by ourselves. I don't think we're in any danger of being an island. This is all about renegotiating deals around the world. But if the majority of the nation say climate control is here, why not we listen to it, Uncle Henry? Well, we've listened to it, but a lot of people think it was a bad deal, that it was going to harm our economy and that we were going to have to pay out a lot of money, and it just wasn't good for the American worker. So an effort to try and renegotiate it. what they said coal, they say we'd have no use of coal anymore. You're going to put people under the ground digging. You're going to drill for oil, wheat, flacking and all that. You putting holes in the ground. Something got to go back in there, Uncle Henry. That is your life. That is your living. And if we destroy it, we're not going to have things for my grandbabies and great-grandbabies.
So you're worried that we're putting too many holes in the ground.
Well, we're taking stuff out of it. What we putting back in?
Okay. I want to thank you. See, it was hard for me to really, truly understand the opposition to all of this and understand why people were so upset with pulling out of the climate accord. And now I get it. It's the fear that the earth will turn into Swiss cheese and collapse in on itself. You see this as an existential crisis where the earth may become hollow. All right, more in a moment as we continue on the Uncle Henry Show.
There's no such thing as chemical weapons.
The Sean Hannity Show.
Listen,
Assad got rid of his chemical weapons.
Today at 2.
It's a message.
Get the message. News Radio 710, WNTM.
Journey, Neil Sean, Ross Valerie, Jonathan Kane, Steve Smith, Arnel Pineda. 2017 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees, Journey. Journey, the tour. With special guest, Asia. The Wharf Amphitheater, July 6th. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com, the Wharf box office, or by phone, 1-800-745-3000. Journey, the Wharf Amphitheater, July 6th. For VIP packages and more, visit JourneyMusic.com. Part of the C Spire Concert Series, produced by Red Mountain Entertainment.
It's Bass from Lazy Boy, and I had a friend who came in and said, I hate my living room. She said, it isn't loving and hugging on me. I said, why not? And she said, it's my fault. It's not Lazy Boy. But we fixed that, and now it's a wow. Lazy Boy.
If you're looking for a chiropractor, check out my chiropractor, Dr. Call, at Mobile Chiropractic Associates. You can call them at 251-341-1211. Online, chiroassociates.com.
You don't want to mess with the IRS. They have the power to garnish your paycheck, levy your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. That's all true. But thankfully, they're offering a way out. The Fresh Start Initiative. If you qualify, it could save you thousands. The experts at Optima Tax Relief will fight to get you the best possible tax settlement. And they have an A rating with the Better Business Bureau to prove it. Call Optima for your free...
We're back here on the CW55. We're in our final segment for television with Freddie and his cousin. Is there anything you haven't had a chance to say before we are done on the CW55?
Well, I'd just like for you to thank you for inviting me and my cousin on your show this morning. And I know you said don't call in, schedule an appointment, but we appreciate being here this morning, Uncle Henry. And I'm going to get it back in this car, and I'm going to let Freddie come in here and stay as long as he wants to with you today.
All right, well, this has been unusual analysis to say the least, on the program. The kind of stuff that people are not used to getting.
Well, I hope somebody enjoyed it.
Well, I'm sure that there have been some. Now, there have been some that have expressed dismay to me in email, but I'm sure that some did enjoy it.
But those that have a negative attitude about what went on, just tell them to remember there's a thin line between love and hate.
Okay, I'll be sure to remember that. I don't know what that will do. All right, let me go to the email inbox. I have an email. Earlier we had Scotty White trying the chicken tenders on video for us. Subject line on the email is Scotty White tasting chicken. Email reads, Scotty White tasting chicken reminds me of Schultz of Hogan's Heroes having to test all of the food. Roll Tide. And that email from Thinker. thinker thing. Now, I don't remember watching a lot of Hogan's Heroes, so I don't remember. I remember Sergeant Schultz, but I don't remember much else about the behavior that he had on Hogan's Heroes. That was always a show that I've found to be a very strange concept. Here's another email. Subject line on the email is gas prices. Email reads, ask Freddie how much a gallon of water costs from the water service. And that email from Steve. And then let's see, one more email. Subject line on the email is Freddie and Eddie Logic. And the email reads, huh? And what is flacking? And that email from 60-year-old Chris in West Loxley. Chris, I don't know that we even want to go into deeper analysis of that particular topic here on the program. All right, stand by. We're about to go back to radio.
Turn of showers and thunderstorms for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday.
You're home for Rush every weekday at 11. This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show. Thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. Here on both radio and television on the CW55, Freddie and his cousin Eddie. And we haven't been able to stream live on social media, but we've been trying to record the video ourselves, and we hope to have that available on social media later today if all the recordings go right. And as we go through the morning, we'll get into more discussion of the Comey testimony. Let's talk to Jill. Hello, Jill.
Yeah, good morning. And this has been a dynamite show. I've loved it. It's one of the best I've seen in a long time. So thumbs up to y'all. I'd like to change the subject for just a second. We have had 2 schools broken into down here on this island, Gulf Shores High School and Orange Beach Elementary. And I've got it posted on my Facebook. Annette Mitchell has it on hers. But it takes a village. They've got the cameras were working, and the suspects are on camera. And if everybody will just take the time to look at these, they may know them. And we've got to, we got to take care of our community. Our Orange Beach PD are one of the best, and I can vouch for that. And I'm proud to be still here. Okay.
All right. Well, so you need people to go on social media and find those videos and try and identify the people breaking into the schools.
Right, and the investigator is Trent Johnson at the Orange Beach PD.
All right. Well, Jill, thank you. Thank you very much for your phone call. Jill spoke of break-ins in police. I didn't see the story on AL.com that the Mobile police chief, the new chief, Batiste, I believe it's Chief Batiste. Do you know him?
I've heard of him. No,
but you don't know him?
I've never met him. I met Barbara before he moved up to the commission.
Okay. And Freddie and his family know everybody. That's why he knows everybody in the city of Mobile except for the chief. The chief went out and said to AL.com that he encourages citizens, if you see a crime on Facebook, if you see a crime on social media, alert the police. We all are aware that if we see a crime in our daily lives out on the streets, that we should contact the police. But he wants you to know that if you see it on social media, you should also contact the police. So that's a new wrinkle in the world in which we live in.
They also got one that says, see something, say something, and run.
Let me go to the email inbox. I've got another email that is coming in here in our final television segment with Freddie and his cousin. Subject line on the email is Freddie's cousin. Email reads, why does Freddie's cousin sound so much like Freddie? And what's up with his hairdo? And is he trying out to be Uncle Henry's show substitute? And that email from Michael Powell. So, your hairdo, is there anything special about your hair?
No, I just felt like we was kin. I had to have some kind of way to connect with you, and I think I did. Thank you.
Oh, so you're this by coming here with a hairpiece, you're connecting with me. You're making me feel subconsciously. You're making me feel more of a brotherhood with you by you emulating me, by you wearing a hairpiece. It creates a subconscious connection.
That's true.
All right, this is all. Michael Powell, thank you for asking that question, because you've revealed another layer to the appearance from Freddie's cousin here on the Uncle Henry Show. Now, as we're about to run out of time in this segment, Ariel, join us here one more time before we go off of the CW55. Over the weekend, I know that you're going to be rowing in the Dragon Boat races at the Dragon Boat Festival at the Battleship.
Correct.
Any other big weekend plans?
Nothing big tonight. I am, after Dragon Boat practice, going to go to Art Walk in downtown Mobile.
Okay.
Other than that,
yeah, it's Loda Art Walk tonight in downtown Mobile. So you're going to go to Dragon Boat practice.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to spend about an hour today,
right,
learning to row the boat,
mm-hmm,
and then you're going to go to downtown Mobile for the Loda Art Walk.
It's one of my favorite events in Mobile. I love Art Walk.
Okay. All right. Well, I hope you have a wonderful weekend.
What's the worst that could happen?
Now, just don't tump the boat over.
Yeah, because I can't swim.
Will they be wearing life rafts, each participant?
Will you be wearing any kind of preserver, any kind of life jacket?
I hope so, just in case, somebody goes overboard, because, again, I can't swim. So, yeah, we might need some life jackets. If not, then I'm going to go buy one.
All right. Thank you, Ariel. Best to Ariel, as she is in the Dragon Boat races. All right, we have just less than 2 minutes left. Freddie and Eddie, anything you would like to say to the TV viewer?
It's been a pleasure being in here with you this morning, and I hope everybody would have a good day. May God bless them.
Okay, and you revealed earlier, if you tuned in late, great news for the Freddie family. His daughter graduated from Alabama and got a job immediately at Mercedes in Alabama. So congratulations to the daughter. And the son has had a big career advancement and has taken his son has gone into a new tax bracket because of a big career advancement. So congratulations to your whole family.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, look, we're for the TV viewer, we're out. We're going to try and put video up later of the program, so you can look for that on the News Radio 710 WNTM Facebook page. For the radio listener, the show continues. We'll get more in to reaction to the Comey testimony, although I don't know. I don't know that yesterday really matters in the long run when it comes to the Trump presidency, at least from a criminal standpoint. Doesn't look like there was anything. I don't think he's going to be thrown out of office. So more to come on radio. Thank you for watching on TV.
Hey guys, pardon the advertising interruption to your radio program. Do yourself a favor